What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the top 5 players in NBA 2K20 MYTEAM you can buy for less than 5k MT. So I hadn't really had a look too much at the auction house because, as you guys know, I only use my PS4 account for my No Money Spent series and obviously for the 250k tournament. But I actually looked at the auction house and I just saw you can put together a really nice team with all 10 of the guys being less than 5k MT. There is just one kind of Asterix on the team. One of them is an Evo card, but he's 1k MT, but when he's Evo'd up, he's about 8k MT. And the question is like, I cut it right down the middle because it's not a difficult Evo, so I put him on the list. But there is only one Evo card on the list that their even Evo'd version is over 5k MT. So there's kind of Asterix on one of the players. I'm just gonna say that in advance. But anyway, this team here, I'm not gonna lie, this team can probably compete. Like, if you're good at the game using a squad like this, there's no reason why you can't win 75% of your games. And sorry again if my voice sounds a bit weird. I am still really sick. Hopefully in the next couple of days I will be okay, but to be honest, 2 to 3 hours playing the video game, sleeping out the rest of the day isn't really killing me. So yeah, hopefully I'll be alright in a couple of days. But anyway, so the point guard position, we're gonna go, obviously we're gonna go 2 per position, because, well, that's just the way it is. It's position locks rather than just counting down 10 to 1. So, point guards, we are going to start off with Dante Exum, who I believe is without question the best point guard in the game. And then, like, Dante Exum, he can play offense. He's got 42 gold badges, which is crazy. Dimer, clamps. Like, he's one of the best defensive point guards in the game. He's 6'6". The problem is, again, he can't dunk or he doesn't shoot from limitless. But he's got a great 3-ball, really good release. His handle's really good. He's fast, even though his stats aren't the best speed-wise. He feels like he runs really fast. Great on defense, and just overall a really great point guard. Without question, in the top 10 point guards in the game. And Dante Exum is going to set you back probably around 3.5, 4k MT. And a lot of the time you can get him for cheaper though. So, like, realistically, you probably will be able to get him for 2k if you wait long enough. And then next up is, this one was a tough one, the second best point guard. So at this price, you're looking at, some people would say Sean Livingston because he got a 6'8 defender, but he brings nothing on offense. Some people actually would say Fultz. I think Fultz is terrible. Well, I don't think Fultz is terrible. I think Fultz is just a much worse version of this guy here, Dennis Smith Jr. So cards that you could argue to put in are like Jamal Murray, Devontae Graham, Darius Garland. Those guys would be like a little tier below, but Dennis Smith Jr. is a beast. Like, averaging 12 points per game for me through 4 games, shooting just about 50% from the field, shooting just under 50% from 3, but a lot of that was in the gameplay where he missed a lot of shots from me just jacking with him. Like, he made my squad for the 250k. Like, he was my third choice point guard because I needed offense. After Jason Terry and Baron Davis, my third choice point guard was Dennis Smith Jr. And, like, I have Steph Curry, I have Penny, I have plenty of diamonds and amethysts. But with it, like, I use Dennis Smith Jr. in that squad. Fantastic. And you can get Dennis Smith Jr. for like less than 2k MT, sometimes less than 1k MT if you're lucky, and you get him on a snipe. So now we are on to the 2-guard position. So we're going to start off with the best in my opinion, and this one isn't even particularly close, and it's John Starks. The second best. So you can go 2 ways when you're looking at really cheap 2-guards. You can go offense or defense, and to be honest, like, because you can just play turbo ball past every non-defender, as you guys have seen from a lot of my videos, if you you can be badly exposed for not having clamps on a player. So I just went for Andrea Roberson. So Andrea Roberson is like 2.5k MT at Ruby. He's like 1k MT at Sapphire, and you can evo him up in 1 game. So I wouldn't say not to buy him at Sapphire, to be honest. He has got 14 gold badges, including clamps, defensive leader, intimidator. He's got cross-key score, contact finisher, a really good shooter, got a really nice release, and got a solid dunk, really good perimeter defense, really good rebounding stats. Actually, he's got good interior defense as well as being a good height of 6'7" and decent speed to ball acceleration, as well as great lateral quickness. So I put him in very slightly over Michael Cooper, just because I think that Roberson shoots better. Although I think Cooper is definitely a better defender. I do think that the better release plus +9 3-point shot means Roberson's that little bit better than Michael Cooper. But Cooper is really good as well. John Starks, though, is, like, he's class. Like, would I necessarily say run him at the 2? I haven't had any problems running him at the 2. Like, I don't know why. I just feel like it's not the worst thing in the world running small guys at the 2. I'd actually rather run a 6'3 guy at the 2 than a 6'3 guy at point guard. Again, I don't know why, because, well, I say that and it's like I run Derrick Rose and Go Green, so I run 2 6'3 point guards. But like, I've had so much success running Dion Waiters at the 2. Dion Waiters has been absolutely fantastic for me. Like, he's completely dominated the 250k, did a great job on defense. So if you've got good defense or bad defense stats, you can hold your own. Well, for now anyway. Yeah, you're going to struggle against T-Mac, but he's literally the only 2 guard T-Mac that I'll struggle against if you're a 6'3 player, because like, it's unlikely someone posts you up with like Danny Granger or something. But other than that, you should be fine running with John Starks. So Starks is a 6'3 2 guard who can play at the 1. I wouldn't necessarily suggest playing him at the 1 because his handle's not the best, although he can play at the 1. Like, I put him at a similar level to Dennis Smith Jr. playing the 1, even though Dennis Smith Jr. is way better on offense, Starks way better on defense, but just in terms of overall, I put him at a similar level to Dennis Smith. But he's got 6 Hall of Fame badges: catch and shoot, green machine, trapper, off-ball pass, hard crusher, big dodger, got gold clamps, gold defensive leader, gold intimidator, a gold range extender, gold quick draw, got dimer. He's also a really decent shooter, like good 3-ball, good mid-range, got a good enough driving layup, a 90 driving dunk, which is really good. He has got great ball handle of 86. Well, anything above 86 basically the same. Really good perimeter defense. He's got decent speed, speed of ball and acceleration, but doesn't, like, those overall stats are around the same as Exum, but Exum feels a lot faster than John Starks. He has quick first step and 92 lateral quickness. So Starks can be really good on defense. Like, if Starks had quick first step, he would be unbelievable. But he doesn't, so he's just a very good cheap wing. Like, the best cheap wing in the game. Now, small forward position. This was probably the weakest. Small forward and power forward were the weakest position by far. So, like, these 4 guys are really good. Like, they can compete with anybody. And in the center position, I think you got 2 of the top 10 centers in the game for less than 5k. But the small forward and power forward is kind of weak. So, I'm going to start off with the Asterix, Keith Van Horn. I've seen his Amethyst for as low as 7, 8k MT. However, the Ruby is like 1k MT. Literally 1k MT. So, his Evo, I think to Evo up, it's like 400 points, 100 rebounds, and 100 assists, I think. You can do that in probably, like, you can do that in 2 or 3 days, or like just naturally. Or if you were like intentionally trying to Evo up, you can do that in about 2 or 3 hours. Or maybe it's better to spend the like 2k extra. So I'm going to split it right down the middle and say an average of about 4 or 5k MT. So Keith Van Horn is a 6'10" lockdown defender with clamps and interceptor, or with interceptor and intimidator, who has got quick draw, range extender. Unfortunately, he has steady shooter, but he's tireless shooter as well. A really decent release, good 3-ball, good mid-range. He's also got good steal, good perimeter defense, good interior defense, got decent rebounding, solid enough speed to ball acceleration for a 6'10" player, and good lateral quickness of 84 for that height. So overall, he is a really, really just good card. But again, there is an asterisk on this guy, and if you don't want to put him on the list, I think it's hard to pick a second one. So if you don't want to put him on the list, there's a lot of different ways you can go. You can go defense and Jonathan Isaac, who's around 5k MT. You can go pure offense and Michael Porter Jr., or you can go pure shooting with someone like a Wally Zerbiak. I think Zerbiak's less than 5k MT anyway. But I'm going to put Paul Pierce at number 2. Paul Pierce, he torched me in the 250k yesterday. Someone like using a bunch of scrubs on Paul Pierce torched me at Pierce. Like 20 gold badges. Unfortunately, steady shooter's one of them. But he's got range extender. You got no quick first step, it's a little bit disappointing. However, silver quick draw is good. Like silver quick draw, gold quick draw, they're fine. Like it's a tiny bit slower, but it's still a fast release. Got silver defensive leader, which is good. He's also got bronze clamps, which look, it means he's not going to get blown by that easily. Not going to be this lockdown defender, but he's not going to get completely blown by. He also comes with a dynamic duo with Rajon Rondo. I think I have Rondo, unless I sold him back. I don't, but the dynamic duo with Rondo makes him a fairly good player. And that duo is actually, as far as budget players, like you would definitely argue with the way the duo is, that you throw in Rondo for Dennis Smith Jr. No idea if Rondo's cheaper or more expensive than 5k right now, but I know Pierce is. 92 3-ball, 89 mid-range shot, solid dunk, good ball handle. He's got good perimeter defense, not good speed, that's his one downside, and good lateral quickness. So overall Pierce is just a really just kind of solid card who will hold his own against anybody, and for his price you cannot go wrong. And at the power forward position, we are going to go 2 completely different players. So for about, actually, we're going to go with AC Green. One player that I was thinking of putting in for about 2.5 KMT is Christian Leitner. Leitner is just a little bit too slow, better to be around the center position, and he's not as good as the 2 centers. So AC Green is I think I saw him for exactly 5 KMT earlier. So he'd be one of the most expensive players on this list, but he's a beast. Like 17 gold badges. He's got no clamps. I did not realize that. He feels like he has clamps anyway. I've used him a lot. He's got defensive leader, rebound chaser, post move, lockdown, back down, punisher, contact finisher, cross key scorer, quick draw, pick and roller. He's got a really good post and fade away. Got good mid range, good 3-ball, good release, good standing and driving dunk. He's got a good block rating, good steal, good perimeter and interior defense, great rebounding stats, and solid speed to ball acceleration for a power forward with good lateral quickness. So he may not have clamps, but he's a pretty good. He's probably a defender at Blake. He's probably a Blake Griffin level defender where you're like you have everything but clamps. I wouldn't say he's like the most absolutely elite defender after seeing that, but no, even though that badge is extremely important, he's defended fantastically well for me every time I've used him, so I'm not going to hold too much against him. And then number 2 again was a really close one because like this Marcus Morris, I was like, okay, maybe he'll be able to fit in the list. He's like 18k right now. It's ridiculous. You're looking at the likes of Antoine Jameson, Hot Rod, Charles Oakley's so like Charles Oakley is only a defensive player, and I would, depending on like if this was me personally, I would use Charles Oakley because I literally don't use my power forwards for anything except defense and shooting jump shots, and that is literally what Charles Oakley can do. So Charles Oakley can't play in the post, even though he's got good post moves. He can't shoot a hook or fade away. He can shoot the 3, he can shoot the mid, he can't dunk, he can't steal the ball, he can't block a shot, but he can rebound really well. Got Hall of Fame intimidator, got Hall of Fame defensive leader, and he's got not great speed but good lateral quickness. So he can pretty much guard anybody, as well as having gold clamps. And there's a few others like Rui Hachimura is just an overall really good card, good shooter, can kind of handle the ball a little bit, can attack the basket, can run the floor, can do a lot more on offense than like Charles Oakley, and he's still a solid defender. Then you got Luke Walton, who is basically another version of Hachimura. It's all preference who you prefer. I'd say I go Walton over him. And then you got Aaron Gordon, who's a 3-and-D guy. He's out here with silver clamps, got some good shooting badges, got gold intimidator, and can do an awful lot more on offense than someone like a Charles Oakley. But you know what? The one player I think is you actually feel makes an impact for less than 5k. Like, oh, this is a really close one. I was like, do I go for offense or do I go for defense? I've mentioned all the players anyway. So Hachimura, Luke Walton, Charles Oakley, or Aaron Gordon. And if you want a big man who's like a secondary center, get Christian Leitner. But I'm gonna put in Charles Oakley. I'm gonna put in Oakley. He always makes a difference against the team. I know. And the thing is, because he can shoot the 3-ball, you can't just leave him. Like, you still have to guard him. Like, you do not put the ball in Charles Oakley's hands unless it's a drive and kick situation for a wide open jumper. But he shoots the ball well enough that you can't just play rover defense on him, because if he catches it, he will hit the shots. And now the best position, arguably, with this on point guard for under 5 KMT. So for 4 KMT, we got Andrea Bargnani. And for 5 KMT, we have got, or for 4.9 KMT when I saw him, we got Miles Turner. So I don't know who to say is 1 and 2. These guys are 1A and 1B. Andrea Bargnani, averaging 11.4 points per game for me through 11 games. He is shooting over 50% from 3 and well over 50% from the field. He is also blocking a ton of shots for me, like 0.8 a game for a like non-rim protected center. He's got great shooting badges, got gold range extender, back down punisher, got some great defense badges. He's basically, if he had intimidator, we would be looking at this guy as one of the top 3 or 4 centers in this game. His release is money. Like, I played a God squad with Porzingis and I think he had Bill Russell as the 2 centers in the 250k yesterday, and dropped 40 points on 16 of 17 shooting with Andrea Bargnani. And I know you might be saying, oh, his defense is terrible. Look at his badges. He's got brick wall. That's not a defensive badge. He's got moving truck, which helps. He's got post move lockdown, which are two massive badges to have. Unfortunately, again, no rim protector, but the two of them are big badges to have as opposed to defender, and an 85 block, which is not bad at all. Like, obviously you can get better, but this card's fine. Like 85 interior defense as well. This card's a passable defensive player while being one of the best offensive centers in the game. He's like a better Karl Anthony Towns diamond. And then Miles Turner is like a... Remember when we got Karl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid as the like two centers in the moments of the week, and so many people used to run with both of them, one of them as their center, one of them as their backup. This is like budget slash better cash and budget slash slightly worse Embiid. You've got a guy with Hall of Fame post move lockdown, Hall of Fame intimidator, and Hall of Fame rim protector, so the best like rim protecting badges. He's also got defensive leader gold, got moving truck, got rebound chaser, back down punisher, got gold quick draw, a fantastic release, a decent 3-ball, solid post game, a decent enough dunker with a 96 block and solid rebounding as well as decent speed. So he is fantastic. So anyway, yeah, that is it. These are the top 10 players you can get for under 5k MT. These 10 players total come in somewhere between 35 and 50k MT, which is nuts. But yet, they're all well able to compete with pretty much anybody. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.